Okay, so we're actually going into February, so things are going to start happening. I've got these side missions here, but I can't do them yet because my old guys are like knackered. They're on missions and stuff, so I don't think Alta could do anything, could she? She can't. I'm thinking I might intimidate the media with Alvaro. What would she do? 3 stress points for that. I've got 4 days for that. Secure the White House. You definitely need Alvaro for that. Help the Israeli Prime Minister, and he needs Ollie. I've got 2 for that. I'm not sure. Right, let's go. Can't do anything this episode. Your subordinates have official salaries. You don't much care about that because the official salary is paid for by the state, but your subordinates also make a lot of unofficial requests. So you end up paying them an unofficial salary, second salary, out of your own pocket. What? If you leave any subordinate without their second salary, they'll refuse to keep working for you. Bro, this is fucking... they're strong-arming me. Just pay it. All these are doing a good job. Right. So in January 2021, and we did good. Look at that, when we got 70% approval rating. Absolutely nailing it. Yeah, we got money, but we've done all of our everything we've needed to do. We've done. Team stress update. +4. Fuck, Ollie's wiped out. I need to sort him out. January. Here we go. February. Monthly dividends. Oh, that's right, because I get 450,000 off these. These are in an excellent place. Plus that. That's excellent. Give me my money. Secure a resort. Sir, Clint sorted everything out in no time. 1 call to the state attorney, 1 lawsuit, and not only did we end our agreement with Faced, but we already received compensation. A small but cozy bungalow is now at your disposal, along with a big discount for all your friends. Drop by anytime. You're always welcome. Get in. Andrew Vardak. Sir, you've saved the Russian from the grave. Assassins sneaked into his house in the evening and smeared poison on his cutlery. If Alvaro hadn't noticed, Nikolai Yegorov would have died at the next meal. In his interview with Just DC, he said he would name his son after you. Brilliant. He's a hero. Serracino. Why am I losing this? White House reception liaison. Mr. President, you were the most graceful man at the ball, but the only thing journalists noticed is that your ex-wife wasn't at the event. They started gossiping about your relationship with the newspapers. They claim she broke your heart and you can't forgive her. Mate, she's my ex-wife. She's history. Who gives a fuck? Why would your ex-wife turn up at your party? Don't make no goddamn sense, son. Okay, we're still quite a ways away from getting that, but I mean, we've got money coming in now, and we've done all of our promises. Happy days. The president has managed to surprise even his fiercest critics. He kept every single promise he made. America certainly hasn't seen that in a century or two. Joe Lane, right in the centre. 16%, 88.1% approval. Even after leaving the White House, President Face continues to make America a better place. He recently announced a charity auction where he'll be selling rare exhibits from his term in office. Alan Rickles has vowed to rebuild Arkville in the coming year. Hundreds of thousands of volunteers from across America are lined up to help the construction. Ellie. There's nothing to that nasty rumour that the first family is dissatisfied with the White House. It's a majestic residence worthy of the mightiest person living. Presidential pardon. Hey man, I've been hearing about your old friend Archie. You won't believe what this jailbird is asking for, a presidential pardon. And after that wild ride he gave us, prison must have made the old guy lose his mind. Meanwhile, the establishment never sleeps. They're already planning another theatrical play starring Archie. They're writing in Just DC that he was framed, like the poor guy isn't guilty of anything. Or, of course, they're a little vague on who exactly framed him, but they're hinting that you're behind it. What a joke. As usual, if they've got nothing to complain about, they'll start making stuff up. Even They even brought a new prosecutor on board to review his sentence. Anyway, you can read it all yourself. Just be ready to answer questions about it. So what do we have? Archie Wister's clemency request. Dear Mr. President, my name is Archie. I'm sure you know perfectly well who I am, but in case you suddenly forgot, don't worry, I'll remind you. Before I was imprisoned, I was an ordinary employee of the White House staff, and you were a middle-aged businessman who built prisons for the state. I was instrumental in this, and if memory serves, you made quite a pretty penny. 2 months remain until the end of my prison term. Mr. President, you know very well that I am innocent. You know that an American justice system failed me, and I've spent 5 long years behind bars. I ask that you correct this tragic miscarriage of justice, and have mercy on me. I understand that you based your presidential campaign on the fight for justice. Prove to the world that this isn't just a convenient slogan, but the driving principle behind your decisions. I likewise promise to devote the first months of my release to my relatives and friends, and not indulge in my public rehabilitation. What happens next? I'm ready to discuss this with you over a cup of coffee in the Oval Office. Will you extend an invitation, Mr. President? I don't know. What am I going to get out of this? Archie Wister innocent. An unexpected twist in the fate of Archie Wister. Former blah blah blah. The prosecutor Tyne refers to numerous procedural violations committed in the trial. The case was spearheaded by the current Vice President, Antonio Estaba, who at the time still worked for the FBI. Sources state that Mr. Estaba first met the future president at that time, who was a witness in the Wister case. Court hearings were closed, so little is known about any testimony that may have been given. Sources immediately confirmed that a new prosecutor's doubts. There were indeed procedural violations and reasons shrouded in mystery. Tyne's predecessors turned a blind eye to this, but who could have prevented a proper review of the Wister case? Okay. So what do you say, buddy? Are you going to answer Archie? Show him mercy. Give him a formal reply, then let him stew for a couple of more months. Let's show some mercy. I don't know what did he do though? We could give him a formal reply and let him stew. Nah, let's just show mercy. Fuck it, let's see what happens. Are you for real? That old dude almost laid you out on some trumped up bullshit. Now this guy is going to say that because he wanted him away. And you're going to cut him a break. I know you got a good heart, but seriously. I know Archie. He's going to take this as a sign of weakness. He'll stick to his word, but then he'll come for revenge. We'll cross that bridge when it happens, baby. Oh, we got bonus. This unprecedented decision has shaken the Washington elite. Good. Honey, do not forget about the Christmas bonus. There's a specific clause in your employee contract about it. You don't have to pay anything at the end of this year, but next December be prepared to give each employee 3 average monthly salaries. What the fuck? Who the fuck gets 3 average monthly salaries for a Christmas bonus? Bruh. Mate, I'd be lucky if you got like 4. Lucky if you got a third of your wage for a Christmas bonus. Rena Rotal, personal photographer. Mr. President, those advertisers are a real piece of work. On my way here, I saw an outrageous ad for a soup maker. The billboard featured a blatant copy of that photo of yours I'd taken for men's face, and they even had the nerve to add a slogan, "You're my boss." Shall we demand that the maggots compensate us for the illegal use of your likeness in my work? We've got fucking more important things to do, mate. Nah. First lady. Honey, do you know what 3-faced ex-wives, dual CEO's mistress, and other high-profile women in this country have got in common? They all go to the Golden Stilettos Elite Country Club to golf, and I'm not a member yet. Am I the spouse of the world's most powerful man, or what? I suppose we could afford a small entry fee just to reiterate our status. What do you think? Bitch, are you for real? We're not here to be fucking celebrities, man. We're here to be a president. You're the first lady. This is the least of your worries. We don't socialise with fucking morons. These are all just glorified wags. No, you're not going. You're not. No. Hector Alvarez, filmmaker. Mr. President, only the greatest filmmakers haven't yet given into Chinese censorship and keep showing life the hard-boiled way it really is. One of them is here to see you. I'm currently shooting a true-to-life drama telling the story of the White House maid. It's going to shake the whole industry, I swear. The only problem is, we're all out of funds for filming sets in FX. I beg you to allow us to shoot the key scenes in the White House. Mate, This is fickle. This is small people problems. I've got no interest in this. I'm trying to solve a country. Right, Altarando. Cowboy. Somehow I was sure your presidency would be an exception. That would be no honeymoon in our first few months. But here we are. The journalists have fallen in line. They're not sniffing out scandals. And they're not asking stupid questions. Everything is on the up and up. And all they want are the facts. Meanwhile, you have a real chance to express yourself. I suggest you take advantage of it. Let's not wait for a favourable coverage from the press, but we will arrange some ourselves. We can organise an interview with a famous journalist or another press conference if you feel like it's the right time for that. How do you like my plan? Which option would you prefer? Interview with a journalist? I think a journalist is a good idea. Do the journalist. No problem, cowboy. Left for dead it is, and as soon as I mention the interview, they'll immediately agree. That they will. Is this him? Political staffer. Honey, meet Jerry. He's one of the most effective political staffers in our country. Hello, boss. I'm the guy who knows a guy in every office, starting from municipal to state and federal level. Your wife has put me into the picture. I'm sure we'll get on fast. I'm sure you will. If you are the guy who can put the office on track and talk to who we need into what we need, more specifically, even Jesus himself to adopt Amendment 28, then welcome on board. But we already have Clint. Darling, Clint needs to rest at least sometimes. He can be meditating at his desk till kingdom come, but at such a level of stress, human body needs more than a few minutes of silence with eyes closed. Honey, I know you have to put Clint to run your administration, but I think Jerry is the guy for the job. I believe so, boss, but I'm a new person to you. That's why I guess you won't do such an appointment just like that. You're right. I guarantee 1 month will be enough for you to do justice. For you to do justice to my work and make the staff reshuffle. What do you say, honey? Nah. I don't know you, mate. I'll give it a thought, but no promises. I'll bend every effort to make sure you choose me for the job. I repeat, it will only take me 1 month to convince you starting now. So we should check out what this guy offers. He's a well-known DC lawyer, has joined Mr. President's team. Lander stood out from his colleagues for his unblemished reputation. Although he has vast experience as political staffer at various levels, he's never been involved in corruption scandals. Now we're on 88.7%. Hey buddy, your approval reached 70%. It's a strong majority. You have to push to win over the rusted hearts. Each mistake, they're going to make more fuss, so be careful buddy. The worst you can do while climbing uphill is to stumble on a ledge. Falling down is very painful. Antonio again. Hey buddy, you're close to a historical record 80%. Mate, I've already passed it. I passed it. But watch your back now. One minor mistake and those losers will strike back. Each step you'll take, yeah. Okay. Gotta be careful now. And these are all our quests. Now the quests are building up. And this is the problem. I haven't got the guys to take care of the quests. Oh, Ollie hasn't recovered. Many people are willing to extend exclusive offers for the President of the United States. You helped the Governor of Hawaii, and now you can send your subordinates on vacation there. It's a great place to relieve stress, especially nice if you're feeling burned out. Note that it's nicer to not let your subordinates burn out, and send them to rest in advance. If a subordinate develops a grudge against you, they could leave the team or cause some mischief. We've got to send Ollie there. What happens? Your subordinates will return next month. Right, hold on. You know I follow your work ethics to the letter, and the important part of the ethic is recreation. Yeah, we know this. We don't want anybody having any breakdowns or anything. Right. In the future, you will meet people who in exchange for your help will offer new services. Right. Tell you what I do want to do. I want to secure the White House. Let's do this. I think this is important. And we need Alvaro for this. We need to check it out for bugs. This subordinate will burn out at the beginning of next month. After the mission, are you sure they're the best pick for the job? Wait there. So Alvaro's going to be gone this month. He's going to intimidate the media. He's going to be gone this month. He's going to be gone next month, but the month after we can do that. Yep, we're going to have to, and then, so wait there. Wait. We're going to burn him out at the beginning of next month. We're going to put him in Hawaii. And he'll be ready the month after. Let's do it. Let's do it, baby. Secure the White House, bruh. Okay. Hype up the podcast. Help a popular radio host improve his politics-themed podcast. Educate the veterans. Teach the veterans to use computers. We can't do that. We haven't got Ollie, but it's two to do that. I can't help the Prime Minister because I don't have a tech guy. Connections from the people in power. None of these guys are computer literate, are they? Right. Well, he's going to have to just not get any help, unfortunately. Of rats and woodpeckers. Buddy, you've got a spy operation going on. Alvaro gave me a message when he said I couldn't even read aloud to you until I triple checked the wiretaps. What do you want to do? Listen to a secret message from Alvaro. Give secret orders to 2 trusted team members. Nah. White House hijinks. Man, faced henchmen do not give up easily. They still haven't accepted that we beat them and tore up the place on their way out the door. They turned everything upside down in the White House and in my residence too. I've never seen such a mess. It's worse than that after a party in the college dorm. As an added insult, they even broke the toilets. The doors have been glued shut. So they've trashed the place. Get back at Faced for the pranks he pulled at the White House. I'm fucking beneath this, man. Why are we doing this shit? Pricey present. My dear President, I was planning on going to a charity auction the other day, but changed my mind at the last moment. You'll never guess why. It turned out that the auction was organised by Faced. Our old friend is staffing some of his antiques and using the proceeds to establish the Area 51 Foundation to compensate the military for all the damages that our first executive order allegedly caused. Well, like Tony, I usually don't jump to conclusions, but Faced is clearly trying to mock us. There's a bunch of billionaires there who want to compare wallet sizes and curry favour of the former president. I became curious what Faced was selling and checked what was on offer. There's a book from the White House Library on auction. Yes, it was a gift for the residents, but Faced wrote his name on the thing. Former presidents have played these kinds of tricks before, but none of them ever auctioned their stolen goods, and everything was returned in the end. It's unlikely that the journalists will brand Faced a thief. After all, not pocketing the proceeds. He's not pocketing the proceeds, but spending them on his new fund. So we can't count on public support, or on the media, or even on brute force. Faced's client spends a lot on their security. Can you help me get back the stolen book and show Faced that he's not... What? Why are we doing petty shit? All of these missions are dog shit. Right. Right, tell you what we're going to do. We need to use Alta for something. Hype up the podcast. 3 stress. That's going to go on her. Yo, Mr. Pretz. Dosh talks in my podcast pretty much dead these days. Remember how I was talking to you all the time when you were campaigning? Suppose some of your winning gotta be owned to me. Now you're in office though, I might as well retire. Guess politics were the thing that made my podcast fire. Would you mind sending me some journalist guy to fill up my river that's running dry? Yeah, Alta's good. You do that. Right, so they out of... Right, today what I'm going to do. I'm going to send Clinton Ollie on the retreat. We can always do that at the end of a turn. Yeah, we need to do this now. Ollie bro, Clint bro, you need to really fucking chill out. But let's wait because Jerry might get some points. So what's Jerry good at? We could risk helping the... Fuck it. Pricey present. This guy knows people, doesn't he, Jerry? Connections from people in power. Or disrupt the auction. I'm gonna... Oh, we need 2 people to do that. I don't have 2 people. Can't do it. Two people. Lads, I think if we put him... What happens if you put someone shit on a job? This is gonna wipe him out until the end of the... Oh, bro. Everything takes 2 people. Right, him will do the main quest, and then we can always put these on it before the month ends. Right, fan mail. My dear President, the Communications Department has selected some of the nicer letters that the public have sent you since Inauguration Day. It's a shame we don't have time to read them all. Some are just adorable. Here's what little Donald sent. Donald's letter. Mr. President, my name's Donald. I'm 4 years old. I'm from Chicago. You're my favourite president. Mom is mad at you, but I think you're great. When I grow up, I want to be like you. Will you be my friend? Please wave at me through the camera, Donald. How adorable. I hope Mom doesn't brainwash the child with her complaints. Most of the letters are from adults, of course. Some are incredibly grateful to you. Imanzi's letter. Mr. President, you give meaning to my life. I don't know what I would do without you. The establishment has no shame or conscience. It seems that they would be willing to ditch the country just to overthrow you. Hang in there. We'll always support you. Good. I showed you this one for a reason. With all the negativity that pours in your direction, it's easy to forget that the majority of people supported you in the elections. Oh yes, I have another letter. This one's from Mila, a woman with a natural talent for... Hold on. Natural talent for encryption. Ah! From time to time she's able to sneak things past screening, first at headquarters, now in the administration. Do you want a job? I'm Mila Serrano, and humbly thank you for your compassion. I'm a single mother with a 12-month-old child. Thank you for shielding ordinary Americans like me from the harshness of the world. We cannot pay the bills, and without immediate financial aid, me and my baby will be out on the streets. So she needs more money, no wonder. The older the children, the more expensive they are. Shall we throw her 50, so that she and her child will want nothing? Wait, who's Mila and why 50? Why so worried, my dear President? Nobody's listening. I checked. In fact, I listened to Tony's advice for a change. I don't believe it at first, but he really knows what he's talking about. Mila needs money for Adam. We promised we'd always answer her requests. Don't be greedy now. We're talking about our son. What the fuck are we talking about here? What? I've got no idea what you're fucking talking about. Oh, this paranoia of yours, I said nobody's listening. Here's what Tony told me. You say a couple of panic words out loud and wait for the agents to come. If you don't come, that means they're not listening. I thought Tony was joking, but he really knows these security guys inside out. But fine, since you're so worried, I'll pretend this conversation never happened and I'll deal with the rest of it myself. We'll transfer the money in the usual manner through a charitable foundation from which Miller receives financial assistance. Nice to have a foundation, isn't it? One that fulfills your every request. I don't know if there's any sum of money that could repay Miller for what she's doing for us, but we are forever indebted to her, my dear President. We have to look out for her. What? Bro, you need to speak to me in plain fucking English because I don't understand all this shit. So is she like some sort of spy or something and we're just siphoning her money? David C., the Prime Minister of Israel. Mr. President, earlier this morning, Palestine launched another rocket towards the Israeli city of Beersheba. Our anti-aircraft systems were able to thwart the attack, but we still had to evacuate. We've been striking at Gaza all day in retaliation. America is our biggest ally, and we now need your support more than ever. May we count on cooperation from your media office? No. Fucking no chance. Crack on, man. Not my problem. Okay. Mole hunt. Buddy, since that failed White House press conference, I've interviewed dozens of people and reviewed all the security tapes and ought to find them all in your entourage. I now have a full picture of what happened. Let me tell you right now, you're not going to like it. Come on then. Mole hunt. The first thing that alerted me from the moment you decided on the edict of the first headlines, it was less than 12 hours, so the mole found out about your edict from someone close to you. Who do you think was the original source of the rumour? It was me, though, wasn't it? You, who else? Are you doubting me? You're right, in case I'm playing a double game, but I haven't told anyone about the decree, and you'll see for yourself once we expose them all. Who do you think was the original source of the rumour? You though, wasn't you? You were shouting out aloud? Are you doubting me? You're right, in case I'm playing a double game, but I haven't told anyone about the decree. Me. Do you doubt yourself? Sometimes that's helpful, but this is not the case here, buddy. I'm sure you didn't leak anything to anyone, even by mistake. Well, it's fucking Ellie then, innit? What the fuck? Ellie's the first wife. Since you and I haven't blabbed, yeah, that leaves Ellie. We didn't tell her that the draft decree was better kept secret, which meant she could have discussed it with them all. Now look, it was hours before the edict came to the attention of the press, so the mole got in touch with them fast. How do you think the mole leaked the contents of the decree to the press? How do you think the mole leaked the contents of the decree? Told in confidence as a reliable source. Exactly, the press was so quick to write about it because they trusted the source. It didn't even occur to anyone to double check it. You won't believe this, but we're ready to expose them all. There's only one person in your entourage who could have arranged the leak, and I'm sure you know who it is. Alta. The reason I think it's Alta is because she's fan of like the press and everything. She's got press relations, and she's gonna be trusted. She's gonna be a trusted source, isn't she? It's not Alvaro. It's not Clint. Not Ollie. Yes, that was Alta. She knows every prominent political reporter in the country, so finding who to leak information to is no problem for her. She's on good terms with Ellie. They play tennis together, which means they've probably discussed the campaign and other things, but Alta's main problem is that she thinks she's smarter than everyone else. I asked her how to drive a forklift truck just because she's going out with a fucking mega forklift truck driver, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? No, you didn't work like that? Just so my lass, just because I'm a policeman, my lass can go out and fucking arrest people. No man, it doesn't work like that. Alterando, talk to me, cowboy. You're the one who leaked the information to the press. Yes. You and I decided how to run the rumour together, don't you remember? I'm not talking about the rumour, I'm talking about the first executive order. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Do you take me for a fool? Ellie already told me everything. What could she have possibly told you? Yeah, Ellie told me about the edict, but why would I tell the press about it in the first place? And then make them look like chumps. Okay, fine. Yeah, I'm the one who leaked your executive order. You know why? Because sometimes I'm the only one who knows what's best. Oh, don't be modest. Always. Admit it. You like the way we made all the journalists in America look like idiots. I liked it, but don't do it again. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You won't get it again, but okay, if anything, I'll come to you first from now on. You better, because you are a good employee, but don't fuck me in the arse again. Oh, an assassin. Retained shooter. Bill Burke, an FBI director. Mr. President, there's been another school shooter. Oh, fuck me. This time in Michigan. Well, it's the first one we've had in your term, and God willing the last one. Here's what happened. A 15-year-old boy came home after school and found his stepfather beating his mother. So he went to the safe with his stepfather's Glock, which turned out to be open, and then the boy grabbed it in the chaos. You think he got it to protect his mother? Think again. He ran back to the schoolyard with the new toy and hunted down his classmates. 5 died on the spot, and there's 2 more in intensive care. Our agents quickly found out that the shooter wasn't just having trouble at home, he was also being bullied at school for being held back a year. It's no wonder the kid went ballistic. He's already confessed, so he'll be spending the rest of his life behind bars, but the liberal journalists are throwing the gas on the fire as usual. Give them any reason and they'll always shout ban all weapons. It's like they have no conscience. They just use tragedy like this to further their own interests, and they accuse us of not preventing the attacks. What are we supposed to do? Monitor every thought in every crazy person's head? Exactly, mate. It's like, my opinion is, I think everybody having access to guns is a bad idea. That's my views on it, right? But you've got to look at the nuances. America has allowed the population to have guns. You can't change that. It's too ingrained, so the only thing you can do is manage it. So as a population, you need to realise there's fucking lunatics. There's always going to be lunatics. And these tragedies are going to happen. And the solution, while you could just say ban all guns, that would solve the school shooting problem or make it a lot harder for it to happen. But it's unrealistic because of the amount of money people have got guns, and they're not just going to turn it in. The government can't afford to buy the guns off the population and to disarm them, and not to mention you'd probably have a civil uprising on your hands. So it's not going to happen. So the best thing you can do in this situation is you just got to keep your fucking guns locked up. That's why I don't know about America, but I know in England, because contrary to popular belief, you can actually legally own a firearm in the UK. It's just really rare to do. But one of the things that you have to have is you have to have a gun safe that's bolted to a fucking place so it can't be removed. It's got to be locked. Your guns always have to be in there. I'm sure you have to keep the ammo in a separate lockbox as well, so you can't just, even if you've gone to one, you have to get into the other. Those policies need to be put in place, and if you don't, if you're found to be not like this, obviously this father was not abiding by the rules and his sons went and shot up the place, the full weight of the law goes down on that guy who didn't have a secured firearm. It needs to be, you need to have that fucking in place, right? And as for this guy, this mental kid, this kid's this fucking psychopath in the first place. He was always going to do something fucking shady like this, whether that's with a gun, whether that's with a car, whether it's with something else. He was always a fucking loony, right? Sir, is there anything you can do to control these alarmist journalists? It's time we limit gun ownership. I don't think that's right. I will say this, the Second Amendment is sacred. Leave it to the parents to watch their children. True. I will console the families of the victims, but keep my opinions to myself. There's no place for politics in such a tragedy. I think, although I believe this is true, it's up to the parents. We all know. I'd say a good majority of parents are fucking dog shit parents, right? So you cannot rely on that. Yeah, we'll console the families. It's what we need to do. Okay. So all we've got to do for the end of this month really is these side quests. Jerry. Tell you what, I'm going to get revenge. I'm going to use Jerry on this. Is this going to wipe him out for... Oh, we need 2 people. Can't do it. I can't risk Clint. Intimidate the media. We have to use Alvaro for that. Educate the veterans. A geek who would teach them. Right, okay. What I'm going to do now is we're actually going to... I think we might have to end the turn here. Right. You're going on here. You're going on there as well. They're on vacation for a month. Good. $1 million for the FBI informants list. Happy days. Ooh, convince the business man. Money is the only thing the factory owner. I've got 11 months to get another, so 7 million for that 6 months. What the fuck is this about? Right, let's pass this month. And spent all the money he made fighting your first edict. What an asshole. He gave us a big slap in the face with the auction. If we ever see him again, hold tight, or even I won't hold back the punch. What's this? How's this going to affect us? Fucking you motherfucking bitch ass. Yeah. Area 51 Foundation, blah blah blah. of rats and woodpeckers. Buddy, Alvaro spotted surveillance and gave you a secret message to catch the spies. Unfortunately, you took it lightly. You should have looked for the assholes on the spot and now you can't bother. Or covert special operation has failed. What do you want us to do, bro? Fuck, lads. Lads, how much does this affect our reputation? It's actually crazy. Okay, everyone's going to have a bad month. It's fine. Fine. And everyone's been de-stressed. Shit, Alvaro's about to have a fucking heart attack as well. Jesus Christ. Right, see, we're good. We're still making good money. Clint Glover. Mr. President, I devoted my time off in Hawaii to meditation and prayer. Thanks for the opportunity. I was able to fully regain my mental faculties. Good, bruh. Chief, that bungalow in Hawaii didn't even have Wi-Fi, so I resorted to taking long walks and swimming to keep myself entertained. And you know what? I feel 10 years younger. Good stuff, mate. I agreed to work pro bono, boss, but only until the end of the month. Here's hoping you pay your debts with interest. Mate, you've done nothing? What are you even doing for my... Antonio Estaba. Buddy, Alvaro and I went through the White House from the top to bottom. We ended up removing dozens of bugs and cameras. Some of them held the fingerprints of the phased administration staff on them. The bastard won't get away with accusations against him now. I knew that was a great way to spend my time and resources. Alita. Yo, the good book says you gotta love Mr. Prez. Alta is really the king of debate. Gonna win all my followers back at this rate. Why does this guy speak in fucking rhymes? Be sure to let them know you're the realest deal. As this Alta guy really knows his spiel. It's a woman. It's a woman, mate. Oh, sir, I've never been this stressed out before, but honest work purifies the soul. At least that's what Pastor Ewan from the Church of Repentance Labour says. Ewan also says my soul has become pure enough to require some rest. I wouldn't want to neglect my spiritual guide's advice. Shit, I'm not going to be able to use him. I hope the President rescues American hero Will Tritch, who uncovered a conspiracy within the special services and is now suffering in Venezuelan captivity for holding firmly in his principles. Here we go again, another stupid press conference because some old man got released from prison, so what? Another White House staffer, I agree. I've been feeling under the weather a lot recently, runny nose all the time, no one cares. Nuclear briefcase. Mr. President, I have an urgent message. A briefcase containing 5 kilograms of cocaine was found in a secret room in the White House. Along with the cocaine, we found a set of gold-plated tubes and a postcard reading Con Amor des Mexico para Amigos de la Casa Blanca. It's a mystery to what all this means. Of course, we carefully inspect everyone who enters the White House. It's impossible to bring a ballpoint pen inside without us finding it. In the right hands, a pen is even more dangerous than a combat knife. By all indications, one of my people must be involved, and if the fool smuggled in a briefcase, who knows what else he brought in, a bomb, Confederate flag, anthrax. I will conduct a thorough internal investigation and punish anyone responsible. We'll turn the whole White House upside down, but we will find the traitor. Just tell me one thing. What should we do with the briefcase? Find the assholes trying to set me up, get rid of the suitcase and open an investigation so the journalists don't sniff out everything. Bring the suitcase to me, I'll check it over and keep it safe. We can't trust your people with it. I don't want to do that. Yeah, get rid of the suitcase and open an investigation so the journalists don't sniff out anything. That's the last thing we fucking need. Certainly, Mr. President. We'll throw the suitcase over the river or bury it in the forest. I give you my word that we'll handle the investigation with complete discretion. I don't trust this guy. I wish I'd hand it over to me, but then that's accepting. It's a tricky one. Buddy, Arthur Lino's autobiography was released today. Remember the guy? He was your college classmate, so here's what it says about you. An utter douche who only ever makes useful contacts instead of friends. Probably still sour at you for throwing him over the student club. Out of the student club. Such blatant lies drives me mad. At the very least, you've got me, and I'm ready to let the nation know it. Will you let me knock this Lino guy down a peg? No. Little people's problems. Honey, I hate the food here at the White House. It's like they never cook anything other than burgers, fries and desserts. Mate, that's a perfect meal. The smells alone drive me crazy when I'm trying to eat my salad. This just isn't right. May I start a healthy eating week? Nope. Fucking hell, this woman. Mate, do you know what I need to tell her? I say, here, you need to go and get a real job. I'm not paying you to do this drivel. Fucking salad day, man. No, man. Everything is ready at my side. Time for another public appearance. An interview is the right choice. After this inauguration, a president becomes a stranger for Tom, Dick and Harry, but an interview makes him human again, and that's exactly what we need, I agree. Jerry Lander. Boss, you may have heard that I'm a skilled I don't know what that is. That's true, and my skills would be most useful as Chief of Staff. When Ellie invited me to join your team, I hoped that position would be mine. You're not getting it. You're not getting it. Right, issues. This guy is fucked. To find out what a subordinate can do, select their card. What? I know. If you feel like your subordinate isn't worth the money you're paying, just fire them. No, she's definitely worth it. This guy needs to go on holiday. Right, what I want to do, lads, is I'm going to fucking work this guy to the bone, and then he's getting fired at the end of the term. But we've got Ollie now, so create a statue. Why would I need that? Save the whistleblower. See, I can't intimidate the media, but I am going to. Honeymoon. Educate the veterans. Favourite president, what's this first? Hey man, we're coming up on our first big state holiday, President's Day. I used to think that this holiday was to honour the current president, but it turns out it's for honouring previous ones, even faced. God forgive us. So you're out and he's not. But now that I'm thinking about it, who's your favourite president? You never said. And the journalists will ask you sooner or later. If you don't have a good answer for them, they'll make you look like a clown, so don't get tripped up. When I was figuring out my favourite, I asked for information department for interesting facts about their biographies. I learned a ton. I bet you'll be surprised by a lot of this stuff. 5 fun facts about George Washington. He was the only founding father who never received a higher education. Owned whiskey and brandy distillery. It burned down. In 1978, John Adams appointed him as the Army's commander-in-chief to improve the draft numbers. The position was purely ceremonial. He was stricken with around 10 deadly diseases from the 18th century, including malaria, dysentery, smallpox, tuberculosis and diphtheria. He never lived in the White House, which was built after Washington's death. Abraham Lincoln. Amateur wrestler. He opened the Barry and Lincoln Bar. He's the only president who ever registered a patent, a device that helps ships from running aground. Or registered a patent. He kept important documents in his hat. The day of his murder, he signed the bill that created the Secret Service. Oh, fuck, I don't fucking care. Who's my favourite president? It's Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. I like Abe Lincoln. Lincoln inherited a divided country with the slave system and left it united and powerful. Yeah, buddy. Lincoln has always been a tragic hero. I respect people who live a moral strength and no shame. I bet you can't wait to find out who my favourite president is. Drumroll, please. It's me. Less than a month has passed and none of these, not even face, can finally hold a candle to you. Truth, we're supposed to be celebrating all the previous presidents, but today I'm congratulating you. Cheers, bro. Hey. Right, wait, I need to put a light on because it's getting dark. There we go. I can actually see what I'm doing now. Do. Craig Butelli, head of the Centre of Biotechnology. Mr. President, the United States must be ready for anything, including natural disasters, hyperwar, and even a sudden infertility epidemic. That's why we're establishing the Gene Heritage Foundation. Simply put, it's a bank of sperm sourced from America's best. I know this may sound unseemly, but would you, the nation's foremost man, consider donating a priceless sample to the cause? No. Executive Director, Jewel Car, Electric Vehicles, Barbara Goosens. Sir, I'm addressing you because I believe you want to change the world for the better as much as I do. Conventional cars should have been left behind a long time ago. They produce small clouds of smoke and even generally cause terrible damage to the environment. This is why we want to present you with a motorcade of brand new electric cars. Will you agree to replace your boring tinted car with our eco-friendly Jewel? Ah, lads, I've got mixed feelings on electric vehicles. Is it eco-friendly though? Like, to replace my motorcade, which is probably what, 5 or 6 cars, that's already in use, with these brand new vehicles that we don't need, that's never going to repair itself. Oh, fuck off, man. Electric cars, fuck off. The further you proceed, the more people you'll need on your team. To see the candidates available for recruitment, click on, see, I need this, I need more people. Some candidates will be willing to work for you if you pay them a one-time fee. Others will agree to become your subordinates only after you've earned a high enough approval rating. Like your current subordinates, new ones will require monthly payments from you in exchange for their services. Select a resume to learn about the employee's abilities and salary expectations. This motherfucker's not asking for 104,000 a month. 400,000 a month! Oh no, he wants a one-time fee of 400,000. This guy wants 104,000 a month. Who the fuck does this guy think he is? A veteran of the world stage who can find something in common with anyone. He is fluent in nearly every major world language. He spends his free time with his family but doesn't share details about his personal life. Bruh. 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 Then he wants 83 a month. He's a bouncer. Oh, it's Conrad Glover. It's my bro. Yeah, we don't do this yet. Right. Hold on. Or do we? Because we can always fire them, can't we? Hire and fire. Right, Ollie needs to educate the veterans. Let's get him in on this. We'll wait there. Is there anything else? Honeymoon, intimidate the media. Intimidate the media. 400,000 one-time fee. We could get that guy to hire a mate. That would be the most scariest fucking thing ever. Than that guy. Should we risk it? 8 more months, 7 million. How are we going to get that? Now at least Alvaro's going to be fully rested. Save the whistleblower. I think we're going to have to do this, you know. Guided tour. Right, what we're going to do is educate the veteran. Go on, Ollie. You sort them out. He will burn out at the beginning of next month. How's he going to burn out? He's got 5 things. This doesn't make sense to me. I might go wait there. Right, hold on. Hold on. Hire this guy. Given the current administration reputation, it will be my great honour to do your bidding. Do you require my services? Yes. I'm sure we can work well together, Mr. President. My circle of contacts reaches far beyond the United States. I have people in the government for most minor countries and all the major ones. Good. Right, this guy's hired. Now let's just check this. You lose money. Oh. I might remove him. I put Ollie there. I'll lose 250,000. Fucking hell, lad, this is so hard. Right, I need to get the stress points down. It's not acceptable. Right. Right, he's gone there because I need everybody to lose 1 stress point. Right. So now we're at default. Oh no, we're not. I need to reduce actions. Now lose ratings. What happens if I put her here? You lose 100,000. Oh lad, this is so fucking difficult. I can't have her there. Action increase stress points by 1 more. Snotty Joe. Honeymoon, what's this? Mr. President, greetings. My name is Bertha Glover, and I represent Left 4 Dead. Are you familiar with our website? Yes, you like the other journalists write all sorts of nonsense about me. Of course, thank you. You're among the few publications that don't misconstrue my points. Thank you, Mr. President. It means that our efforts aren't in vain. America must get some truth from someone. I hope I live to your expectations. My question is simple. What will you do if the Supreme Court goes against the will of the people and nullifies your first order on declassifying documents? Does the Supreme Court have any questions about my first order? They say it's not going to be so easy, Mr. President. Our colleagues at the Goldman claim they're planning to block your order. In that case, you can write that we'll definitely win at court. They won't be blocking anything. The American people are behind me. I'm glad to hear it. What are you going to do with the prison at Guantanamo? Will it be closing? Before making a final decision, I'll be consulting with the intelligence community. Excuse me, Mr. President, but what is there to discuss with them? Their position is already clear. I'm not pretending I know everything. What if they bring up critical points? We have to take everything into account. Yeah, before making a decision, I like to listen to everyone's opinions. Several media outlets have reported your successes in establishing contacts with the intelligence community. Are you ready to confirm these reports? I've never had a problem with the intelligence community. We had a tense relationship, I'll admit. I'm misunderstood all the time. Yes, over the past weeks we've established a good working relationship. I don't understand this, lads. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Several media outlets have reported your success in establishing contacts with the intelligence community. Are you ready to confirm these reports? Yeah, fuck it. We've got a good working relationship. It's rumoured that, in his retirement, former President Face has begun to abuse alcohol even more. Do you have any feelings of sympathy for your predecessor? Of course I sympathise. That's a serious ailment, and one that's not easy to deal with. In the very first weeks of your presidency, you fell victim to pranks. What is your attitude towards those who want to make fun of you? I'm philosophical about it. There's nothing to be done about it. It's part of the job. Exactly. You know what I mean? Unlike President Face, you don't tweet much. Is that a deliberate decision or just a lack of time? I didn't even know I could. I think I write quite often. You're just used to a president who dumps his stream of consciousness on Twitter. Oh, yes. Perfect. Finally, I'd like to know about your new charitable foundation. How did you decide to open it, and what are you going to spend the money on first? I'll help everyone who applies. I want to go down in history not just as president, but also a patron of the arts. It's all thanks to Ellie. It was she who suggested starting the fund. Charity is a personal matter, therefore I'm sorry, but I don't know. It's all thanks to Ellie. She was the one who suggested starting the fund. Mr. President, it seems that's all my questions. Thank you very much for your precious time. I assure you that you won't regret it. I think we were pretty candid there. Oh, very nice. 70%. 70% back in action. In a personal conversation, the President showed himself to be a sensitive individual who not only answers questions clearly, but also listens to the interviewer. Fuck yeah, baby. Director of the Department of Parks and Recreation. Sir, there was a Planet Wars themed LARP in Pershing Park recently where a young guy who played as Kane Storm stumbled over a hydrant and broke both of his arms. As a result, the kid was proclaimed a hero of the 8th interplanetary conflict. Now this costumed gang demands that we designate the plot around the hydrant as a nationally recognised monument commemorating the LARPing movement. Seeing as Pershing Park is just outside the White House, the Mayor's office sent me to hold direct talks with you. Are you ready to give up part of the park for the LARPers? Yes! Fuck it, go on then! Honey, it's a total travesty. Tony sneezing during the press conferences makes walls tremble. Yesterday I saw the journalists were huddling up in the nosebleeds. The nonsense must stop. Surely our Veep has got an allergy, but he won't admit it and keeps embarrassing us all. Maybe you could try and make him get an appointment with the doctor. Go on then. Personal doctor. Claude Curie. Sir, you're making me worry for your health. You're getting nervous too often. I know you're concerned about the future of our country, people's faith and the state of American economy. Only a select few are strong enough to live through all that. However, I found the media briefings make your body temperature rise by as much as half a degree. I know you can't do away with the briefings, but will you consider cutting them down for half an hour? Cutting down to half an hour from full 2. I don't understand. Like, what's the repercussions of this? I'm fucking fine, mate. These are things that are important. So intimidate the media now, lads. We could hire this fucking bozo. We could hire this bozo for 400,000. It's actually going to cost me nearly 500,000. He's a burglar. Not yet. We'll get rid of this. Create a statue. What do we need for this? It only adds +1. So you found from New York City, you got the mayor to sign all the paperwork required to install a small statue of you in Central Park. I was recruited to provide my creative skills, but I only sculpt using the life models. See, a flat picture simply cannot properly convey the intricacies of shape and texture. I know you're a busy man, and posing for the whole month is out of the question, but maybe you could send someone to stand in for you and provide the physique for the statue. A well-built specimen, not average. To endure in such a painstaking process, I need your first-hand testimonial for inspiration. Alvaro is perfect for that. A well-built specimen, not averse to enduring such painstaking process. It's definitely Alvaro for that. Save the whistleblower. But let's have a look at this. Hey man, you remember Will Tritch, the hacktivist who exposed the Homeland Surveillance program back in 2010? Ever since Tritch exposed the truth about our intelligence services, they've been hunting him harder than the terrorists. Meanwhile, Tritch has been hiding out in Venezuela, trying to challenge the absentia, the warrant for his arrest in the United States, of course. There was zero justification for it. After our election victory, Tritch has renewed hopes that he'll be able to reunite with his family, but if he just came back, the FBI would grab him right at the airport. Openly supporting Titch isn't an option. The establishment and the journalists would just brand as an enemy of America, and if that happens, how are we going to prove that he's actually a patriot? But we've got to do something to help the poor guy out. I'm sure Tritch will return the favour. He's got a lot of dirt in the establishment, and the special services that are hunting him know all too well. Getting Tritch out of trouble is going to be tricky. One wrong move and the FBI will beat us to the punch. I'm afraid we'll either have to dig into the depths of the dark web, or smuggle Tritch across the border, or we find some way to change the way America thinks about him. That's a tricky one. Snotty Joe. Oh, Cocaine Joe. I needed to get Tony's signature on something, and while he was at it, he regaled me with his service stories from the past 10 years. I hinted that I needed to go, but he wouldn't give the piece of paper until I heard the whole story. And you know, mixed in with plenty of absurd conspiracy theories about the leadership of the FBI, there was one thing that intrigued me. Have you ever heard of Snotty Joe? That's a nickname of Joe Lynn. Who likes to harass you with insolent questions at press conferences. Rumour has it that a few years ago, Face dug up something incriminating on him and turned Joe from an independent journalist into an obliging footman ready to throw dirt at his master's enemies. So here's what I figured. If there's really is incriminating evidence on Joe, then we could find out what it is, then we could use it. Ideally, we'd be able to force Joe to work with us and direct his energy at something useful. Otherwise, he'd be driving you nuts for the next years. I'm tempted. This is so. How many times? I've got 3 turns to do this. Fuck. Actually, lads, I just realised the time. Bloody hell, this game is so good. Tell you what we're going to do. We'll call an episode here. We're going to go have something to eat. When we come back, I'm going to do the Snotty Joe. The thing is, I want to use Alvaro for a lot of things, but also we could use this big fucking burly guy to just steamroll Snotty Joe. You know what I mean? Lure the journalist who is bothering you to a press conference to your side. But then again, I like strong arm tactics. Intimidate the media. Yeah. Intimidate the media. Thing is though, if I hire this big guy, I can get him to do multiple things and then sack him. We'll see. Okay lads, I'll see you in the next one when I decide on what decisions I'm actually going to make. See you there lads.